walk over this side tracks, but you can just like shoot players here, you know? Just try and get some damage, because obviously you've got players on the high ground that can finish them off. So you can literally just call your damage on the left side. So that's the damage, basically, just to take the ground and initiate the damage. Did someone just join?
Yeah, one just joined.
Okay. So you got the medic. The medic basically just like commits to the left side with a demo. Kind of plays around the pack, but can also play along the point as well. Like if you've got your position kind of on top left here, like you've got your soldier, you got your scout. Start moving medic a bit more kind of on the low ground. Generally, because you can just sit on the pack because you're relatively safe as a medic. So whoever's the medic on this team, just you can play generally around your damage. Sorry, I just started talking about.
I cannot hear properly. Can you?
Is my mic working?
Yeah, you're lagging a bit, but it's...
Yeah, by the way, the server is limited to 20 players. I don't know, does about affect that?
God damn it.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll just recap that. So like, demo controls the top and controls the left side. Just basically try and use sticks more than pipes strap. Just call your damage and shit. You have a pretty simple role. Medic, you just basically want to be healing your demo and your scout. You just want to be trying to walk, you can like have your heals on top and just try and buff your players on as well as your demo so he doesn't get rushed, and just move forward like depending on where your team is. The scouts have a very, very important role. On process, whichever side you commit, you want your two scouts like on top. It's just too good a mid to not have scouts on. The reason for this is because scouts are really good at denying jumping soldiers, and if you think you've got very isolated players, like you've got your med and your demo, which are very, very weak at close range, like, if you don't want these players getting jumped, so you want to control the top. As a scout, you're the only class that can deny jumping soldiers consistently. If you think a soldier has to hit an air shot, a demo has to hit an air shot, those are very inconsistent sources of damage. So the scout can literally hit like a 40 damage shot and deny a soldier and he's back on the ground, you know? So you need to make sure that you control the top. Obviously they're going to be shooting at the top and they're going to be jumping on the top, but in general, like, you want to be controlling. So the reason that I put the two scouts, I had one passive who's this scout's job here is to come in late, so he basically stays on top the longest. So this means that if any soldiers jump at any time, he's there to protect anyone on the low ground. So he kind of pretty much stays the entire mid on top, unless he gets knocked down, then that's fine. But generally, he should be the one like focusing the soldiers. This next one also focuses the soldiers, but not as much. He's kind of like the more follow-up-y kind of scout. So obviously, what I said about tracks, like damaging the left side, he's in more of a position to kind of drop. Like if they back off to maybe here, the scout can literally just rush them on the floor. Or like if they try and get to this pack or back up through sewer, the scout's kind of in a position to chase them down, you know. So he's a bit more aggressive, and he's not as he's not as important. Like he's not. It's not that he's not as important. It's just that he's not. His role isn't solely focusing soldiers like this guy is. The pocket can just literally like walk with a buff like all the way up to here, and then jump up to here. If he can get damage on this top left area, you've pretty much won the mid, to be honest. Obviously, pocket, don't jump straight into a scout because of the point that I mentioned previously. Just like don't jump head first into a scout because you'll just get sent back onto the floor. So if you can't jump and there's a scout on the way, just get cool tracks to damage the scout or whatever, and then you can jump him. You can jump a damaged scout, but you can't jump a full health scout. That's my rule. if you can't jump, then just spam across the point or walk to the left and spam the players here, because you're much more useful than just like jumping and not doing anything with your jump. So if you're gonna jump, just make sure it's clear and make sure you can actually do something with your jump. But yeah, if you can get into position where the spot is here, like you're in the clear, because you can spam every exit, you know. And yeah, you've just got control of top, and no one can jump you because you've got a scout on top. The roamer's job, both this kind of applies to both soldiers. On mids, most mids, you kind of want your soldiers to be the initiators. Demos can't really do enough damage at long range to be the initiating kind of factor. Scouts, if they try and run in damage, like too much, you know, they'll just die.
I'm lagging a bit again.
Yeah, so can you hear me now?
Not really.
Really inconsistent.
So yeah, the soldiers are the ones that initiate the fights on most mids. So they're the ones who should be kind of, at least one of them should be jumping in like aggressively. It doesn't matter if it's the pocket or the roamer. I usually prefer the pocket to jump because he has better health. Like actually walk to mid if you think he's getting a buff like all the way to here, and then he jumps rather than the roamer who's like maybe gone fast or what. But you can have two soldiers going aggressive if you want. I usually have my roamer on the top right, just because he can spam and he can kill anyone on the pack here. And yeah, he has a very, very wide like spam angle into choke. He's also very hard to hit. Like players on the floor can't really shoot him because they have to hit a direct hit to kill him. So if you have the height advantage, you're in a very, very good position. And this is the reason that I put the red bot here, is because he's kind of like the alternate bot. Like you can either have your two soldiers kind of passive on top with good health, so you can kind of have one soldier here, one soldier on the left, and then just literally just spam the players below you. Or you can have your pocket maybe do like a big jump off this wall. So a jump that you can do, the banny jump, you can jump off this wall and then skip jump like and land like here. And you can do just so much damage. It doesn't matter if you die, as long as you get the most damage possible. And then obviously you've got these two scouts on top to follow up, and then tracks can just, obviously they're all turning their head. The tracks can just walk to the left side and you've won them, because you've got so much ground. The thing about aggressive soldier bombs that are so good is because everyone turns their head for a soldier. Like if you think that this is the enemy team's perspective and they're trying to walk like here, if a soldier jumps above them, they're all going to be turning their heads to shoot him. And then that just gives you so much room to just run across the point. So your soldier needs to be calling when he's jumping if he's going aggressive. But just say, like, I'm jumping aggressive now, and then that's your team's kind of cue to go in and take some ground. Because you know that they're all going to be turning around for this aggressive soldier here. So yeah, I think that's left side mid. Is there any question?
Alright, it's all clear.
Okay. Tracks, I'm really, really sorry, but I'll just do right side mid, and then I have to go. I'm sorry. I've got to do something. It's really urgent. I guess so, but okay. Yeah. Okay. Just one thing about mid that I forgot. Like, you didn't, when I played against you, you didn't take much ground at all. Like it wasn't because you were slow or anything. You just like all sit along here, along this area, and just like don't do anything. You didn't have anyone on top. Your soldiers tried to jump on top, but they had no follow-up because there was no scouts, and your demo, you tracks, and your soldiers weren't focusing the same target. So I was playing pocket on process, and all I did was just jump like up here, and I could just spam down onto you because I had no like pushback. It was only tracks focusing me, and then the other soldier would jump to like here, and he'd just die because he's isolated. So just like That's again just the idea about committing to a side. Like Trax committed this side, but the soldier's jumping this side, and he dies. You know, so it's just like kind of focusing the same target and getting those soldiers on top without fucking like no follow. So you need to be Trax needs to be damaging target, and then you need to be jumping that target. So also your scouts. Also, your scouts weren't on top either. They always just like were running around like here, and they didn't do much. Scouts are on the floor. On the floor are okay if they're like chasing frags. Like say if your soldier jumps aggressively, it's okay for your scout to run across the point because he has like room to. But if they're all looking forward and they're all like shooting back at you, there's no reason for a scout to be like here on the floor because he'll just die instead of like here, you know, where he can do so much more. Okay? Okay, so where are you? Alright, okay, here. So this is the more aggressive hold. Obviously Uber, like how much Uber you have really like, affects it, but I won't go into that. This is basically the hold if you have Uber. So this is the hold that you have. You should just always reset to these positions because it's just so good. Don't worry about the sniper for now, but these are basically the positions that you have if you have Uber. So your med stands here because it's very hard for him to get bombed. If you think they have to get around this corner, and if they even peek the corner, they're going to eat a sticky, and they're going to eat a 100 damage rocket, so they should insta-die. The only other way that they can get through is like through here, but they should die to the scout and the demo anyway. So yeah, you have your pocket and your medic here. Just see, and the pocket is just not like going around this corner, just like spamming it, making sure they can't get through. Your demo is on the floor, so he can control these two doors, and also spam through choke. So if a player peeks too far, he can get caught in by sticky trap. You have your scout back here. This is optional. This is just basically like kind of a scout who just roams around, waits for the team to do something. So say if you're just holding, this is a good place for him to be, because if anyone maybe runs through here, like the scout is up there to jump down and deal with him, you know, he's ready to deal with anything. If a soldier jumps, he can shoot him out the sky, you know. It's like that scout is just very versatile and he can deal with anything. Scout here is just watching. All I see on process is just like people go into PC or go into sewer and just like die because they're so enclosed, and it's like there's no reason to be like past like here as anyone, as a scout or a roamer watching the flank. Like you should literally just be sitting back watching, and if they peek too far, if they like say if they're like, usually what you'll see is just someone sitting here just like peeking here, but if they commit past here, you've got your roamer up here to deal with it, and you've got you. So if you think about the example, if say a soldier runs through here, he's gonna take 100 damage, and then you're gonna run in and do 100 damage, and he's gonna die, and that's a pick for your team, you know. So yeah, like the roamer's in a safe position because I'll just stick to the scout for now. The scout is in a very safe position because he's in a position where he can help his demo man. He's close enough to the demo man where he can help it. He's watching the flank as well. So he's literally just like keeping eyes on the flank, calling who's there. If they try and push this way, he can call it. You know, like he's just looking. He doesn't have to shoot anyone on the flank. He just has to be there watching. And then of course this roamer, this is a great position. Like if your medic's here, this position as roamer is so good because you can literally just like sit here. Literally just sit here and like, spam into the choke, so they can't get anywhere. And again, like the same situation. If they run past here, they just take 100 damage, get juggled up into the ceiling, and then get killed by the scout on the floor. So it's just like you've got so much control over this area. If you take too much damage, like say if like they spam you out and you're down to like 100 health or whatever, your med's right there. You can literally just sit here and take a buff and then go back, you know? Like it's not as if you have to jump down and take this health back, you know? You're just like sitting here spamming. So that's your flank basically. And your job is to hold. Obviously it depends on Ubers, but if you're this close, it usually means you have the same amount of Uber. So you basically just want to stop them taking ground. Hence the position in PC, and hence the position you're holding really, really close to the choke, so they can't take any ground. If they take any ground, you just Uber onto them and you kill them. You know? So that's a hold. Nobody should be peeking this door, because what some teams like to do is just like have their sniper here, and then someone else opens the door and they shoot your medic. So, Trax, you should probably have stickies on this door, and then just like be spamming, because usually someone will peek this. Like nobody expects traps on this door, but they just peek it and then they die. So yeah, if you can just spam pipes over this shit, like you're in the clear. It's just important that you don't like peek to here, because usually you'll eat like 2 pipes over the top, you know. So just stay at the same kind of distance as your pocket, and you just basically double spam this choke. And obviously if someone comes here, your soldier can just jump him, and then you can like shoot him, you know. Or not even you as a demo, like your scout up here can run in and kill him. Yeah, that's basically the hold. So you got the scout on the high ground to deny any jumping soldiers. You've got your combo holding close, and your medic holding in a position where he can heal everyone, giving them no space so that you're just spamming the and then you've got your flank really solid, so you've got 2 players, no one's ever alone. You got 2 players on the flank, and no one can get through this flank either. So you've got basically a really, really solid hold. Is that clear for everyone?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta go now. I'll continue this in the future. I'm really sorry, it's urgent.
No problem.
Roll, mate.
Okay. No problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thank you, mate.